My name is Jordan Brown, and well, right now I'm a 3-star wide receiver out of San Diego, California. But the way I even became a 3-star wide receiver is just a crazy story. But just to make the long story short, I ended up having an amazing junior year in high school. I mean, I was a 5-star recruit, and I ended up having offers from almost every single school. But literally, in our last game in my junior season, I ended up taking a big hit going across the middle of the field, and I ended up falling on my left shoulder, and I messed it up bad. But not only that, when we ended up falling, dude ended up twisting the mess out of my right ankle. And I mean, these injuries are so bad that I ended up missing majority of my senior season. And when I did end up getting in at the end of the year, I did not look like myself at all. And because of all the time I had missing my senior season, not looking too good either, I went from a 5-star all the way down to a 3. And the thing that sucks most about this is the fact that I had the opportunity to go to any school I wanted to. Even my dream school, OSU. And so, with all the big schools pulling their offers away from me, there was only one school I could see myself going to. And that is staying home, playing for San Diego. The school I really wanted to go to was OSU, but since I don't got none of them big offers no more, staying at home was just the best option. And now look, in terms of my play style, I'm about 6'4", and I'm a jump ball type of receiver. My route running could definitely use some work. I mean, especially after the injury I ended up having, I'm a lot slower than I used to be. I'm just gonna have to keep on working hard to try to gain as much of my speed as I had back then. Cause in high school, they was comparing me to players like Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss. I mean, I'm a physical receiver. I'm gonna get up there, but I'm a lot slower than I used to be, so it's going to be a lot harder for me to get open. But now at this point, only my hard work and time is going to tell. Because now we're heading into the first game of the season, and coming to this team, even San Diego, I was not guaranteed a starting spot on the roster. So there's going to be a chance I might not even play in this game. I'm just going to hope I do. But while I wasn't guaranteed I was going to be able to get in the game, I guess I am going to be in the game. I guess I might just be a starter because I'm here. And yeah, it's kind of a lame route for my first catch in my college football career, but I'm just happy I'm here. I'm happy I got this opportunity. Because like when I tell y'all, after the injury I had and when they told me how much time I was going to miss, it was just really hard to stay together mentally. But now that I'm back out here on the football field, I feel amazing. And yeah, it's just an FCS school, but this play right here just reminds me of what I was doing in my junior year. Almost every play, nobody could guard me. Now I just feel like on this drive, my boy AJ Duffy, our quarterback, the sophomore, has been looking at me the entire time. I'm getting open across the middle of the field, getting my first touchdown in my college football career. And man, I really don't want to speak too early because it is just an FCS school, but I'm feeling like my old self again. And it's just like Duffy is just feeding me this entire game. 2nd and 12, I'm getting this ball on a drag route and I'm trying to juke him. I do not have the agility I had at all. Terrible juke. Now look, I'm not the type of receiver that only does catching and running routes. I'm also out here pancaking people. I'll be out there for the run game. Now, one thing that's kind of scaring me about this team is the fact that against this FCS school, we're only up 13-7, and running the ball on 3rd and 12 is just not a good decision. Now they get a chance, which they end up doing nothing with. Now, we did win this game, starting the season off 1-0, which is good, but the way we did it, I don't know, man, kind of scary. And I mean, in that game, we ran the ball a lot, and it really didn't work. I mean, our quarterback only had 92 passing yards with 2 touchdowns. We should have passed the ball a lot more. And out of his 92, I had 46. So maybe if we passed the ball more, I would have had a lot more yards. And so, after leading the team and receiving yards in our first game, I'm already getting put in a position battle. And if it's any opportunity for me to get even more playing time, get even more targets, I gotta take that. And I gotta do everything I can when I get the opportunity. And look, I'm out here doing everything I can. Highlight plays, trying to just make sure I look like a star out here. A crazy hurdle over that boy getting into the end zone. And well, let's just say in this position battle, I was dominating. And so without a doubt, I ended up winning the receiver 2 position. Playing against Oregon State this week, and we're going to have to play a lot better than we did against FCS. I'm already getting a catch and getting into the end zone. Now look, I'm not the receiver that likes to blame the quarterback, but Duffy, you got to put this ball like higher than that. I had a touchdown basically. I was way past the cornerback, but because he threw that ball so low, a bullet pass at that, easy pick. And well, let's just say after that play, the whole momentum of the game ended up going all the way to Oregon State. We're down 21-7 now. We got to get in the end zone. We weren't able to get into the end zone last drive as we ended up settling for 3 points. But we had an opportunity here, completely burn my man over the top. But the quarterback did not look my way at all. And because of that, now in the fourth quarter, we're still down 21-10. And we're finally back into the red zone on 3rd and 5. He's throwing an incomplete pass, tried to do a high ball, but that's out of bounds. Even though we ended up having to settle for 3 points, thanks to the defense for getting a stop for us. And now we're building up a pretty good drive to try to tie this game up. And well, they was locking us up in the red zone. And I ended up running a post route, and the corner was right on my hip the whole time. I don't even know why Duffy threw that ball. I wasn't open at all at any moment. But funny enough, defense gave us another chance. And what we do with that opportunity? Duffy threw another interception. It's over this time. Ain't no way we coming back from this. Losing our first game of the season to Oregon State, 21-15. I mean, I really feel like we had too many opportunities in this game to really take advantage, but just couldn't do what we needed to do when we had to do it. Not only that, I was getting locked up in this game. Getting only 2 catches for 26 yards, yeah, I gotta do a lot better myself. But we got a chance to try to redeem myself here against another California team, and man, it will feel amazing if we can get this dub. But yet again, it's really just not looking good. We started getting locked up, 3rd and 13, and Duffy just felt the pressure, felt too much of it, ended up throwing that ball right to a defender. California took advantage of the opportunity they had, scored a touchdown, and once again, Duffy's throwing another interception, and this time, they end up getting even closer, so they most definitely finna score again. But defense is trying to keep us in this game, only allowing 3 points. We got to do something this drive en route, catching that ball, getting the first down. I don't know what's going through Duffy's mind right now, but on this blitz, he ended up doing the worst thing you could possibly do. Instead of stepping up in the pocket, he ran backwards and lost 9 yards. And then on 3rd and 19, he would throw a hospital ball to me. Trying to fit that in there, I wasn't going to get the first down anyways, and it almost ended up getting picked off. Bro just not making good decisions right now. And as much as I want to kind of take some blame, I really just can't. He just hasn't been having a good game, decision making wise, accuracy wise at all. I'm finally getting the ball again in the fourth quarter here on this crossing route, picking up this big game. And we end up scoring on that drive, but this game is just looking even more out of reach because California's scoring touchdowns and our offense just isn't moving at all. And because of that, we got thrashed, 31-13. I mean, at least I did better than I did last game. And somehow, even though I'm not outplaying the receiver 1, I'm getting a receiver 1 position battle. I guess coach believes in me that much. Now, coach knew that as a receiver, my weakest attribute is my route running. So in this position battle, he wanted me to show that I've been working on something, working on my route running, and I have been. And I mean, I've been working on it so much that I ended up beating the receiver 1 in this drill. And since we still on weaknesses, he ended up bringing up another weakness of mine, my agility. Because I mean, after what happened to my ankle, I mean, it's just a lot harder to launch off my right foot. And not only that, every once in a while, I tweak it. So in this drill, I'm just trying my best to be as careful as I can, but still win this drill, of course. And of course, I did. And now for the next drill, it's really not nothing too extra. We just gotta try our best to get open with all these defenders around us. And while I thought when he was talking about the drill, explaining how it was gonna go down, I thought it was gonna be a lot harder for me. But when I realized they really weren't pressing up, they was playing off, so I had easy catches almost every time. And because of that, I ended up dominating this receiver battle, winning all 3 drills. And so I'm now the receiver 1. And in my first game as a receiver 1, we're playing against Central Michigan. They're 2-2, we're 1-2. And now look, I'm not used to losing, so I'd like to make our record neutral here so we can go ahead and start taking off. And well, we had a pretty good drive, a pretty solid one at that. But when we got closer to that end zone, it just got a lot harder for us to move the ball. It's looking like they're forcing us to kick this field goal. We got that field goal. Defense got the stop just for Duffy to give them the ball right back. And not only that, but he almost returned this thing for 6. Luckily, we got the tackle, but still, they're at the 8-yard line. They're right there. Second quarter, it's a tie game, 3-3, and we've been struggling. It's 3rd and 17, but we will finally get a big play. That boy Jay Sean Polk, the receiver 2 speed demon, touchdown. And that big play ended up being exactly what we needed for our offense to gain a whole lot of momentum. Just look at me blocking that boy on the outside, allowing for my running back to get into that end zone for the huge running play. And man, right now our defense is just locking up. And just look at me blocking every single play. If I can pancake somebody, I will. I mean, especially because in high school, I love to do this, especially to the smaller DBs. And me being about 6'4", like 215, 220, I used to do this all the time. We're having an amazing game right now, offensively and defensively, and we really haven't been making too many mistakes. Up until this play, when I don't know if he knew what route I was on, but I was on the C route. He threw the inside. I was trying to get to the outside. I would have had it, but bro just had to throw that ball. But he would make up for it on this play, burning this dude over the top, and I'm taking this thing all the way to the crib. I don't look that fast, but I was most definitely fast enough to get into the end zone. Just an amazing game overall. Offensively, defensively, we did our thing. And now we're neutral. And right now, this receiver duel between me and Jay Sean is looking nasty. Both getting over 100 yards with me getting 1 touch and him getting 2. And after us two having such a great performance last game, we're coming to this game against a 3-1 Hawaii, hoping that we could do the same thing. After a scoreless first quarter, we're now in the red zone in the second quarter, and on 3rd and 11, the quarterback ended up taking a sack. And so, after ended up having to take 3 points, Hawaii ended up scoring a touchdown, taking the lead. But on this play, receiver 3, senior Malachi Shaw gets his big play, getting to the 3. When it comes to red zone targets, I feel like personally I should be the guy he throws to every single time. He's trying to put his hands on me. That's not going to work. I'm getting physical with him, beating him to the inside, catching this touchdown. Hawaii responded though, scored a touchdown, but they gave us over 20 seconds in this half to go get some, and I did, killing that DB off the release, getting into the end zone. And then somehow with 2 seconds left in the first half, we get put in the worst situation possible. We end up having to run the ball and safety. But that's most definitely not where the bad things end. For some reason, my quarterback just doesn't understand what a C route is. He keeps throwing it when I run in. You gotta wait till I get to the sideline. And so now, we no longer have the lead. And on 3rd and inches, we run the RPO. The quarterback threw the ball to the receiver on the other side, and he ended up losing the ball after taking a hit, getting us another turnover. But even through all that, we're still only down 8 points. We're already in the red zone, and Duffy threw this dot to the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Now we need 2. We end up getting the 2-point conversion, and Hawaii end up getting 3 points. So as long as we can get 3 points, at least we'll be good. And we end up getting that 3. For some reason, I was benched for a couple of plays, but we back out here in OT, and I'm catching this touchdown to tie the game up. And now it's our turn to get on offense first, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting him to throw this ball, and I completely moved out the way, and yeah, this game is on me. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what made me move out the way or whatever. I don't know. It's just stupid. Though, other than doing that, I ended up having 84 yards, 6 catches, and 3 touchdowns. And for my performance, I ended up getting the MWC Offensive Player of the Week. Alright, now, because of the last game, we're now back negative. And even though we're playing against a 4-1 Wyoming, who's having a pretty good season, I still got a feeling that we can win this game. I'm taking it 2 in the red zone. I'm running the streak right through the seams, and he's throwing it right to me. Touchdown. Defense got to stop, so now we got a chance to extend this to a 2-score lead. I'm over here blocking the mess out of people, and just look at our running back using his crazy speed to pick up this huge touchdown. We're starting off pretty well. It's still the first quarter, and we're up 14-0 right now. I'm catching this slant, taking a hit, but I'm holding on to that ball. But Wyoming's defense started to lock in a little bit. 3rd and 8, and that DT got right through that line, hit our quarterback, and he fumbled that ball. We pick it up, but we 4th and 22, so we got to punt that ball. Wyoming scored this time, but left us enough time to try to get down the field and make something happen. 45 seconds left, and he's throwing a deep bomb down the field, a wide open Lewis Brown the 4th for the touchdown. But now, coming into the second half, it's a very close game. We're 21-17 up right now, but it's probably finna change real fast after he just threw this interception. And they already in field goal range. And we just gotta hope that this ain't enough for their momentum to just go crazy. And they're at home, so this could be bad. And well, they end up scoring a touchdown, finally taking the lead. And for some reason, my quarterback believed in me so much that he threw this ball up on me in double coverage. It's 3rd and 6. I'm running the C route again, and for some reason, every single time I run this route, he throws it before I even run my route completely. Another interception, and they're already on the outside of the field. This is not good. Now, they didn't score a touchdown, but they did get 3 points, making it a 6-point game. But it's not like that even matters. Cause another interception thrown by this dude, AJ Duffy. I mean, what is he looking at? And we lose again, getting even deeper in the negatives. And the worst part about this is I only had 2 catches with 30 yards. I feel like I had more plays while I was open, but he just didn't throw it, or it was a terrible pass, like the C routes. And AJ Duffy will continue his reign of just throwing picks here on this play, trying to force it into me on this post route. And that linebacker was standing right there lurking it. I don't know how he ain't see him. But looking for us, our defense got to stop. It's the second quarter now, and on 3rd and 9, he's throwing this to me right before that linebacker was able to make a play, and I'm completing that catch. And now we done made it all the way to the red zone. At the 3-yard line on 2nd and goal, I tried to find a way in the zone, and he threw that ball right to that linebacker. I had to chase him down. I wasn't able to tackle him, but my teammate did. This has been a very low scoring game. It's the 4th quarter, 1 minute and 37 seconds left in this game, and we're down 10-7. But Duffy would change that real quick, throwing this ball deep down the field, a bomb to our running back, Keenan Christon. But Washington State ended up responding with a touchdown of their own. We're down 3 points, and he ended up throwing his dot, picking up 9 yards, and we got called timeout. Hopefully we make this field goal to tie the game up and go to OT, which we did. And Washington State ended up settling for 3 points. So a touchdown here, we win the game. We throw that thing to the back of the end zone to Christon again for another touchdown. And I mean, what a game for that boy Christon. That boy went crazy in the end. 2 big plays in the receiving game. He's our starting running back. And that dude ended up putting up 100 yards with 2 touchdowns. And that's for me, a catch in 13 yards. I ain't really do too much, but we did win the game, and that's what really matters. We now done played 7 games, and I'm gonna be honest, my stats ain't what I thought they would be. I mean, I got 7 touchdowns, which is good, but I don't even have 400 yards on the season yet. I'm hoping in this last stretch of games, I end up finding something and start going crazy. And as for our standings in the conference, we're dead last right now. Not a good look at all. And if we stay at it, we'll end up not even having a bowl game. We got to get to winning games. And I mean, one of the worst parts about us having such a bad season right now is the fact that we still don't have a single conference win. We at least got to get one this season, right? And I mean, I know how hard it's going to be to be able to beat Boise State at their crib, but I know we could do it. We've been having a bad year, but we still got the talent on this team to win. 2nd and goal, I'm running the end route. I end up getting under all those zones, getting this touchdown, scoring the first touchdown of the game. Defense got us that ball right back. We got a minute left, running the post route, catching this ball, fighting for this first down, and I get it. And now on 3rd and goal, we try to run a play with slants coming from each side, but it didn't work. He had to throw the ball out of bounds, so we could just kick this field goal. Ever since the 2nd quarter, we have not been able to move the ball on offense, not even get close to the red zone. But finally in the 4th quarter, in the last minute and a half, that boy finds Jayshawn Polk down the field for the touchdown. And after that crazy touchdown, it ended up being a game winner because Boise State got locked up. And man, really no crazy performance. We just ended up winning that game, just barely though. At this point, with the season that we're having, we're obviously clearly not going to make it to the conference. But we at least could win games to try to get a better bowl game that we probably going to end up with. But if we keep on doing this, as we've been doing all season, just turning the ball over and over again, ain't no way we going to get to a better bowl game. I ran a curl route and he threw it still. I had 2 people guarding me. And that's going for 6. And now at this point, we're down 10-2. I mean, our only points have came from a safety so far. We need to find some type of offense. And maybe our offense is running the ball. Because clearly, whenever we run the ball, this dude, speed demon running back. That would go crazy. And then, after just such a great run, another C route. And y'all know exactly what he's doing. He's throwing it to me again off the end. If he would have waited, we would have had a touchdown. And man, it just never ends, does it? Down 17-5, and he throws another interception. It's just like he just can't stop throwing the ball to the other team. No matter who he throwing the ball to, it just ends up in the other team's hands. And that ended up going for 6. And it's like, I forgot that this was even a home game. But shoot, we ain't play like it. And I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't like to say it, but like as a receiver, it's kind of hard, especially when my quarterback's not having good games at all, for me to put up stats. And while I know it's the quarterback's fault for all this, I really don't want to create no type of drama in the locker room. But then at the same time, I already know the rest of these players on this offense know it's his fault too. I mean, he's every single game, he just keeps throwing picks. He can't stop doing it. And the thing that makes me even more mad about it is the fact that in these games where he keeps throwing picks, I don't really get the ball like that. And due to all the frustrations that's been happening throughout this season, me just not feeling like I'm getting the ball as much as I really should be, especially being a receiver 1, my mind is already made up that I'm not going to be on this team next year. And yeah, this is a school for where I'm from. But I really just do not like the situation over here with the quarterback especially. And also, I said I don't like to lose. And on this team, I don't see us winning too many games even next year. But right now for me, I just gotta make sure I ball out in these last couple games so I can get some type of recognition from the bigger schools in the nation. Cause I've already made up my mind of the school I want to go to. But that's mainly also gonna be dependent on if they even want me to come to their team. And so in these last couple games of the season, and maybe hopefully even a bowl game, I can start gaining some interest from them. Now this play right here is how this play should be thrown every single time. This time he actually waited for me to get to the outside on the C route. And look, first down. We done made our way all the way down the field. But then the quarterback wants to do things like this. I ran a curl route and he ended up throwing that ball. The defender was right there, but he still decided to force it in. And that's another interception for him. And now you might be wondering, looking at the score, it's the second half and we're down 35-0. But man, when I tell you, this dude just will not stop giving them the ball. And not only that, our defense is having their worst game of the season. And I mean, this one was crazy. They ended up scoring 28 points, all in the second quarter. But at this point, win or lose don't really matter to me. As long as I get my stats, getting 6 catches, 97 yards, and a touchdown. I need a better game than that though. We're now heading into the last game of the regular season. And in this game, we're taking on Air Force. And to be honest, I haven't even checked to see if we even get a bowl game, win or lose at this game. I really don't care. I'm just going to make sure I ball out in this game right here. Because I need to. I had to. I ain't got no choice. We're at their 27, running the verticals type of play. And that will end up getting open. He threw that right over that linebacker's head for the touchdown. Now, one thing I need to commend my quarterback about this season is how consistent he is at throwing interceptions. I mean, he started the season off throwing picks and he's ending it throwing picks too. And while in the other games, I was a little frustrated every time he threw a pick. But in this game, didn't really care as long as I'm getting the ball. A minute remaining in the first half. We're up 13-3. I beat this dude off the press. And what does my quarterback do? Completely underthrow me. Throwing a bullet pass when he should have threw that over the top. Like, what are you doing? Somehow Air Force ended up giving us the ball back like in no time. I'm running the curl route this time, getting his first down. Now this pass right here was one of Duffy's best passes of the year. I ran a slant and he threw this ball right in between the zones. Perfect pass, and I'm catching that ball, taking the hit, but still got the touchdown. But I wasn't done going crazy in this game. Running the slant, and that ended up being wide open. No one near me, easy touchdown. And if you thought I was done there, I'm not. Getting right past him, and this time he threw that thing on the money. I mean, it was kind of hard to miss me. Easy touchdown again. We came out here in the last game of the season and dominated. But more importantly, I dominated with 5 catches, 97 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Wish I could have got over 100 yards, but I guess it's fine. With the regular season finally being over with, obviously we didn't make it to the conference, but I ended up making it to the All-MWC freshman team. But not only that, I also made it to the All-American freshman team. Good business. But now, we're in the true last game of the season. We're playing in the bowl game, the Arizona Bowl, versus Northern Illinois. And with this being the last game of my first season, my freshman year, this is going to be the last game. I'm going to have to impress the bigger schools. So, let's ball out. Now, of course, we're starting this game off bad. I mean, I was surprised he didn't throw this C route at the wrong time. Instead, he decided to throw a pick to the other side of the field. And it almost went for 6. Luckily, somebody was there to tackle him. But man, what in the world is Duffy doing? But now in the second quarter with 2 minutes left, he would make up for that pick. Throwing his ball down the field to that boy Jay Sean Polk on the other side of the field. Way too fast, and that was a dot to the back of the end zone. What a throw. After defense got the stop, they left us with a good amount of time. We got 50 seconds to make something happen. It's 3rd and 5, and he's throwing it to me on this drag route. And I'm getting that first down. After making it down the field a little bit further, we got 30 seconds left, and on 1st and 10, I'm running the post route. I was waiting for him to throw the ball. He didn't do it yet, so I decided to put my hand up so he could give me that ball so he could really see me. Up 14-3 now in the second half. I'm running a slant, but instead, he put his hands on me and it ended up being a fade route. Perfect ball, and I get this catch, getting the first down. And on 3rd and goal, we end up having a misconnection. I'm running a slant. I try to stop in the middle of the zones to catch this touchdown, but our timing just wasn't on that play. But on this play, our timing was for sure on. I ended up running a C route. He threw this thing up to me, believing I was going to come down with it, and I did. These are the type of plays I want to be able to make. Just give me that ball, just throw it up. I'm going to come down with it. We're dominating in this bowl game right now, having a pretty good game, and we running this ball in, extending this lead. We're dominating them boys right now. And so in this bowl game, we went 24-10. Pretty good game all around. And that boy Polk ended up going crazy. I ain't had the game I wanted, but 5 catches, 80 yards. Hopefully that's good enough. But that was indeed my last game on this team. And me and my boy Polk, we ended up going crazy. Almost had identical receiving yards, but I ended up having 13 touchdowns. And as much as I love playing with my boy Ja'Sean Polk, my mind is already made up. I'm entering the transfer portal. And the team I decided to transfer to for my sophomore season is the